In this video, I'm going to show you a sequence of movements to address extension intolerant back pain. Extension intolerant pain is when you can't actually bend backwards or stand up straight. It's causing you a problem. So let's get into it. So when we have an extension intolerant pain, we can't bend backwards. And we're going to resolve that by using the usual somatic approaches, which is we're going to go into the opposite direction first. So we're going to start with our knees bent, feet flat like so. You're going to have one hand on your belly and the other hand behind your head. And we're going to start with the head. So take your arm and bring your elbow in so it's pointing to the ceiling like so. And then from here, you're just going to pick up your head a little bit like so. And notice with your free hand that when you pick your head up, your belly engages and you want to press your low back into the ground a little bit. And as you do that, you'll notice to press your low back into the ground or to press your back into the floor, it makes your head come up a little more. And from here, just real slowly and carefully let your belly relax and come on back down. All right, and let's repeat that. Bring the elbow in, pick up the head, press down with the back. And just press down enough that you start to feel the connection between pressing down with the back and the head coming up. Like those two things help each other. And you might even feel that your tail is rolling up a little bit off the ground. And then from here, just slowly let that relax and come back to the floor. And just keep these movements as small as you need to. All right, and let's do that again. Elbows in, back down, lift up the head, pelvis rolls toward your head, and you're going to feel it more in your belly. And stay here for a second and make sure you can feel your belly contracting. If you can you give your belly muscles a little squeeze? And notice if you do that, your head comes up even a little higher again, and press your back down a little more. And then from here, just slowly and as carefully as you can, let yourself uncurl back to the floor. Okay, like so. And let's just repeat that one final time. And we're going to come up now on an exhale. So elbow in, and as you exhale, curl on up, pressing your back down, feel your tail curl up or roll up off the floor, feel your belly engage, and then nice and slowly come all the way back to rest. All right, let's lay out flat and see how that feels. Let your legs be straight and just take a moment to see how that feels in your back and if it's giving you some relief into the tightness that you're feeling. By releasing the belly muscles, it allows the back to go into extension a little more easily. If the belly muscles are tight, it's going to stop you going into extension. There's going to be a bit of a tug of war going on between the back and the front. So by relaxing these belly muscles, we allow the back to be able to extend. All right, so bring your legs back to bent and put your two hands behind your head. And we're going to do this again with two hands behind the head now that you can feel the belly involvement in curling forward. So again, bring the elbows in, pick up the head, press the back down, and be quite deliberate now about what you're doing with your pelvis. Can you draw your pubic bone up towards your chest? Now you're going to feel that even more clearly in your belly. Your back is going to be flattened into the ground. And then very, very slowly, you're going to come back to the floor. Now we repeat that one more time on an exhale. Elbows in, pick up the head, press the back down, and draw the pubic bone in the front all the way up towards your chest. And then slowly and carefully relax back to rest. Okay, now we're going to change this slightly so that we start to address a little bit to either side. So on the next one, as you exhale, elbows in, curl up again, look straight at your knees. And in this position now that you're looking at your knees and your elbows are pointing at your knees, just angle yourself off to the left and then a little bit over to the right. And as you do this, just see if you can feel how the effort kind of shifts across your abdominal muscles. You're ever so slightly twisting a little bit, pointing at your left knee, pointing at your right knee, back and forth. But you're staying in this curled up position. And you're just shifting the weight across your back a little bit. Okay. And then slowly and carefully come on down and back to the floor. And we're going to do that just one more time. And only curl up as high as is comfortable. And do your side to side from there. All right. Next exhale, elbows in, Curl up a little bit, make sure the belly is engaged, and we're just going to shift the elbows a little to the right and a little to the left, a little to the right and a little bit left, keeping the back pressed down. And then from there, slowly and carefully back to the floor. Okay, again, let your legs be straight and check in with that. So now that your legs are straight again, just notice how that feels. And you probably find your back is starting to actually go into a natural bit of an arch. The natural curve of the low back is starting to return. So now that we've relaxed the front, we actually want to see if we can start to go into a little bit of extension. So bring the legs to bent. You can put your hands behind your head. And we can start by just pressing the head down into the hands. Just notice how that feels. Is that tolerable? And then slowly release. And we repeat that again, pressing the head down into the hands. And you'll probably notice it makes your ribs lift up a little bit, and it makes your tail press down a little bit, and then slowly release. And we're just going to tease our way into this a little bit. Head down, ribs up, tail down, just a little bit. Just start to use the floor, pressing a little bit. Start to engage these back muscles, and then slowly release. And we'll do that about 2 more times. Head down, ribs up, tail down, and you'll start to feel that now you're actually going into your extension. And hopefully it's feeling a lot better than before. And then from here, you could slowly relax back to rest. And let's do that one more time. Head down, ribs up, tail down, and you can feel your back is contracting, and then slowly and carefully let that relax. And come to rest. Okay, let your arms be by your sides, legs straight, and again, just check in and see how that feels. If you were able to do that, you'll probably find that's giving you a bit even more comfort now through your back. Let's see if we can do the final part of this. Bring the legs to bent, put the hands behind the head, and bring your attention to your tail again. And this time, see if you can roll your tail, press your tail down and roll your pelvis towards your feet. Forget about pressing the head now, we're just trying to use the lower back muscles now. And then slowly release, back to rest. And with a bit of luck, this is starting to become possible. So on your next inhale, you're going to press your tail down, roll the pelvis towards the feet, re-establishing your arch. Belly is relaxed, because we don't want the belly to be pulling us into a flexion when we're trying to extend. And then slowly release. And we'll do that one more time. Inhaling, pressing the tail down, rolling into a nice easy arch. Just go to whatever you're capable of. And then slowly relaxing back to rest. Okay. Lay out flat and see how that feels. So if you were able to go through all of the little parts of that, and you're now back laying flat, you've re-established your ability to flex forward, and you've re-established your ability to extend as well in the spine. So that should be feeling quite a bit more comfortable. So that's a simple sequence to address extension intolerant back pain. Give it a try and let me know how you get on. If you'd like to take a full class with me, there's a link to my on-demand video library in the description below. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.